I want to cut across immediately right now to Priyanka Chaturvedi. She is MP Shiv Sena, Rajya Sabha. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Chaturvedi. My first question, ma'am. Your Mumbai Mayor, Ms. Pednekar, Kishori Pednekar, has said loudspeakers now will be removed from temples and mosques. My question is your government finally caving in to MNS and BJP pressure?
We are caving into no one's pressure. We must understand that we have categorically asked the central government to come up with a uniform policy. No state government can follow a unilateral policy when the issue needs to be coming from the center. And the similar thing works not just for Maharashtra, but across various states. None of the states, and I repeat, none of the states except for a bit of what we're hearing from Uttar Pradesh, none of the states are adhering to whatever is expected by so-called political parties who are the fly-by-night parties, who only rise up to the occasion when there is an election close by, who only work on the agenda of those who want to create disruption. I wouldn't want to answer to them. But however, the guidelines for this particular issue needs to come from the center. If the center gives us a clear authority and a clear mandate on how this would work, we'd be happy to oblige and work and abide by whatever the guidelines set by the center is.
You know, Ms. Chaturvedi, you call the MNS, you haven't named it, but you still call it the fly-by-night party. But your leaders are directly addressing the MNS. And on the other hand, Raj Thackeray has given you the ultimatum of 4th of May. The fact is, it's all possibly building up to this big, huge law and order problem. How are you going to deal with that?
We are very well within our rights as the government to ensure law and order prevails. And I think we have proven that time and time again. And no one who challenges the authority of law and order and government will be tolerated. Everyone has to adhere to norms, and no one is above the law and order machinery of the state government of Maharashtra. We have done that earlier when a sitting MLA and MP were challenging the authority of the police forces. We have done that. We have even done that when CBI was brought in for an investigation case, and we know how badly the CBI has been exposed. We have done that in the case of ED as well. We have done that in the case of Narcotics Bureau as well. And we stand by our mandate. The mandate of Maharashtra is to govern it and to ensure law and order prevails, and anyone defying that will be adhered to in what the Constitution expects us to do and constitutional norms are.
You know, Ms. Chaturvedi, the charge of sedition in the name of law and order, many would say, is a little preposterous. You talk about agencies or the misuse of agencies by the center, but by using and invoking a charge like sedition, didn't you just do exactly the same? In terms of perception, it doesn't augur well for your government because you're misusing your agencies, which you charge the center of doing.
Who decides what augurs well for the state government or doesn't? Even 2 years ago, the same statements were made, and I have been on umpteen number of debates which continue to say, oh, it doesn't augur well for you. The only thing that augurs well for any state government is to ensure that law and order machinery is in place. We have seen how authorities have been bypassed and those state governments have suffered. We won't allow that to the state government of Maharashtra or the state of Maharashtra, because state of Maharashtra has been a law-abiding state. And those agencies which have been misused by the center have also been exposed for what they stand for. And talking about those who are complaining about certain charges or certain demeanor or certain behavior, they have also been exposed by the Commissioner of Police Mumbai. So all these charges and these set of lies or pack of lies, I cannot continue to debate forever. The facts speak for themselves. The High Court has upheld the decision taken by the Mumbai police, and nobody, like I said and I repeat, nobody bypasses the law and order machinery of any state government, and nobody stands above law.
Is this
and
also a veiled threat?
That, they will have to face.
Two very quick questions. Is this also a veiled threat where Raj Thackeray is concerned, that you're not scared or shy of applying sedition where Raj Thackeray comes into the picture? But I also want to bring in, your arch nemesis right now, which is Mr. Fadnavis as well. He has called out your government to be fake Hindutvawadis. He's called your chief minister somebody who doesn't follow what the grain of his party actually stood for once. He's also even said that the Shiv Sena was not there during the Babri demolition.
I wouldn't even want to respond to somebody who took the oath of being the chief minister overnight by misusing and bypassing all laws and the constitutional norms and the democratic norms, and had to face a lot of heat coming from everybody. For him to make these accusations is a bit rich, because he has ensured for the hunger to be in power, they've misused and bypassed every machinery which is in place, and take help from the center to create a situation of law and order in the state of Maharashtra, who have tried to undermine the processes that exist in every state government. And for him to challenge us on our Hindutva, someone who has used Hindutva only for their mere politics and for their political vote banks, and have not really sincerely followed the core dharma and principle of Hindutva, for them to challenge us and accuse us is a bit rich, and I only find it amusing. And I know they are fighting on a lost ground. They can continue to fight it hard. We are not ceding an inch of space as far as Hindutva way of governance is concerned.